Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
You know, sure, I might bleed out my arsehole, my back's fucked, but I don't think that's related
Might
to
be.
a little bit of fairy liquid. Yeah?
Yeah, it's true.
Good morning, welcome to Drum and Drummer.
Straight in. Brilliant.
Yeah, straight in, let's
Brilliant.
go.
Brilliant.
Pumped.
Brilliant.
Pumped.
Brilliant.
Yeah. First off, no dressing gown. You're in a shirt.
Yep.
Is that your work attire?
Work attire. Yeah. They say dress casual, smart casual.
Smart casual.
But I think I lean more broccoli towards the smart vibe than the casual vibe.
Yeah.
Because it's hard because you don't want to go, it's weird, smart casual. What does that mean? No one really knows. Because people know what smart is, people know what casual is. But you don't want to dip too far into the casual side and then go, well, I'm just in my dressing gown now, you know? You said smart I'm wearing boots, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I just kind of wear a nice shirt and black trousers, you know?
Great.
But I've been told you can dress down a bit if you want, you know? So I wear trainers as well. So, you know.
Yeah.
So that kind of, not like running shoes, but like, you know, just like plimsoll sort of Converse vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look like a cool school teacher, one of those school teachers who's like in his early 30s, and all the other female school teachers all fancy him a bit, you know. And
Yeah, that was our art teacher.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but let's
Absolute
not.
flocking round him, like seagull round a piece of round a chip. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was an
I saw
absolute
it.
chip.
I
And
saw
and he was creative as well because he did art. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And emotion. He wasn't like the maths guy who's just like,
Vulnerable.
well, plus something equals that. You know, there's no emotion in a sum. There's hard facts. Where he's like, oh, feelings. And they're like, quick, get the caretaker, put another wet floor sign out. Anyway, dripping.
For the teachers, right?
Dripping, innit? Just get it.
Yeah, teachers, not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the
There's-
students also, you know.
Well,
but
let's
if anything,
let's
it
not
wasn't.
stray into. Come on, we're 2 minutes in. You can't have.
No.
Yeah.
But it was actually another teacher who was diddling. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's the thing. You see, they're all swooning over the art teacher.
Yeah.
And you got to look in the design and tech cupboard because that's where the fiddling's happening.
Really?
Okay? Yeah. Anyway, I assume you didn't dress smart casual for your triathlon.
Nah. Good segue. Good segue.
Yeah. It's great.
No, I did not. I had to wear a tri-suit, which is fucking ridiculous. It's like a big condom, you know. But it was weird. So triathlon, for people that don't know, because people don't know really. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of everyone's heard of one.
Yeah.
But what is it? You know.
Sure.
And I went through the distances last week. I don't need to go through distances, but it's a big swim, a big bike ride, a big run, and but the swim is in the sea, and it's quite choppy the week leading up to it.
Okay.
And so I get an email saying, due to the choppiness, it didn't say choppiness, it said like bad weather, poor weather, unsafe weather, we may cancel the swim tomorrow. And I went, oh my God, okay, fair enough. And to be fair, the night before the race, I did go down to the beach and I was like, this is mental. This is, you can't get in that.
Too choppy.
Yeah, and then when I was at a gig on the Saturday night, which I'll talk about in a bit, I got an email, due to the choppiness, the swim has now been cancelled. Instead, you'll do a 5K run. So then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, okay, now I don't need to stress about the swim. But then you kind of feel like, well, it doesn't feel like I've done a triathlon now because the swim part isn't there. So instead you do a 5K run and then a 40-kilometre bike ride and then a 10-kilometre run. But it was good. It was, you know, it was cool. But it was like, one, you're not doing the swim. So if anything, you're just doing a duathlon rather than a triathlon.
Sure.
But also, it didn't seem that well run. When I did the Ironman, it was so strategic and everything was so planned out. Whereas this, you go up and ask someone like, hey, where do I start the race? And they were like, I think it's over there somewhere. You're like, and everyone was confused, you know, no one really knew what was going on. But once I got going, it was good. I did on my first lap of the race get confused because you don't want to accidentally go to the finish line on your first lap, you know, and then be like, oh, bollocks.
There you go.
know?
He was quick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He did the triathlon in 5 minutes. Yeah. So anyway, once I got past that, so it was nice. My parents came down, so they were watching, and then Gabby King said she'd come down. And while I was doing the bike ride part, she just appeared. I was like, fucking hell, Gabby's here. And she was cheering me on. It's very sweet. And then my boss, actually, she came along, which is cool, you know. But yeah.
Come to my gig? Nah. Watch me run? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it went by quite quick because 40 kilometers on a bike, it's like 6 miles, something like that. So you don't really need to stop at any point or take a rest. You can kind of just pace it well. And the same with a 10k run. It's about 6 miles. You know, if you can do it, you can just kind of keep going the whole time. And before you know it, it's done. But when I got to the finish line, they had like the finish line flag or whatever up for me, and I was like, that's not right. I'm pretty sure I haven't won. Why? And I got worried. I thought, what if I've accidentally entered the kids run or something, you know? And they're like, no, you're not meant to be here.
Look at this large bald child storming to the first place in the under 12s.
But then I realised they were just doing that. They must have just got bored.
It make you feel special.
Yeah, let's just put the finish line up for anyone. Because as soon as I ran through it, they quickly went, oh, quick, someone else is coming, you know, do it again. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's a good day out, you know. But it doesn't feel fully complete because the swim wasn't part of it. But, you know,
you're a fraud. You frauded it. It's not.
Frauded it,
yeah.
No, it's a scam.
That's
I'm a scam
good.
artist, if anything.
Well, well done for completing it, mate.
Thanks.
Even though there was no swim, you know, it's no easy feat. I mean, you're talking casually. Oh, once you just start a 40-kilometre bike ride, it's easy. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't do yourself a disservice.
No, I'm not. It's very kind. Well, I've got the medal, you know, and the medal says...
God, where's the medal? Where's the medal?
Should I get the medal?
Get the medal.
Bit like that bit in extras. Look at that. You got all your medals and stuff. There you go. I don't know what it says. What does it say?
Loser.
Brighton and Hove Triathlon. That's what it says. There you
Triathlon, in brackets, but no swim.
But no swim, yeah. Triathlon, but not really. Good.
So well, talking about scams, it's mental, isn't it? I completely forgot to mention last week, but the scam website got taken down.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So I was at that Essexy gig, and I'd emailed, you know, the people who had been scammed or whatever, who sent me abuse. I say abuse, you know, understandable. And then one of them eventually replied, and I was at the gig, and he replied, and he said, I'm really sorry, you know, blah, blah, blah. He said, I've checked, it looks like the website's been taken down.
Oh, well.
I've also reported it, but, so, good news, success.
Brilliant, fantastic.
Success, yeah. So,
do you know how it was taken down? Do you know what?
I don't know.
I think just a mix of everything.
I don't know what the catalyst was. My guess would potentially be the hosting company. Because I think they can get in a lot of trouble if they're seen to be hosting and I just don't think the British government moved that quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still looking for Madeleine McCann. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
It takes time. These things take time. Name cheap. You're hosting a scam. We'll get rid of it. Cheers.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, it's good news.
That is great news.
Hopefully it stays that way. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do to make sure it doesn't happen again?
No. Don't think so.
Moving on. I'll
get a job at MI6 and then I'll...
Yeah.
You know.
I told my friend that. I said, Ben's partner's uncle works for MI6. She was like, I thought people weren't allowed to know that. I thought that was like the whole thing. You know, it's like you have to lie about what you do. But maybe it's just a thing now. Yeah, MI6. God, it's boring.
I'm just out of it. He's currently tied up to a radiator.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhere bad.
Yeah.
Eastbourne. Right, moving on. What you got? What you got?
Well, I can talk about my gigs because they were both very newsworthy. That's not the phrase, but I'm going to go with it. First was in Cornwall on Friday.
The long trip to Cornwall, eh?
Big time, big time. Last Fezzy of the season that I'm doing anyway. They have another one on this Saturday, I think, but I'm not doing it because, you know.
Better paid gig.
Better paid
somewhere
gig
else.
elsewhere. Yeah. So, yeah, Cornwall, bloody long way. And first, no, this is what I have to tell you about it. So, after the gig, I'll mention this. So, actually, before the gig, I saw Chris. First thing he says is, I think I've accidentally got addicted to your podcast. And I was like, that's good. You know.
Yeah.
So Chris is the keys and guitarist in the band. He sort of does both throughout the gig. And, he's a musical, brilliance. And, but he was like, yeah, I listened to the episode where you talked about, the gig with the corruption and whatever. And you literally went, right, I won't go into it too much. And then you delved into it so specifically. And then you even said, oh, and Chris Hampson, you're like, and he's going, not only did you say you wouldn't delve into it, you then gave every detail there was and gave me my full name. I was like, oh yeah, I forget people listen to this, So apologies, Chris Hampson, for doing that. But it was quite funny. But anyway, so the whole day, long old drive, obviously, because I'm sort of the first of the line, So I have to drive up to Georgie and Bem, and they haven't even dropped their kids off yet, It's not a euphemism. Literally, they haven't dropped their 2 sons off. So then I have to go along with them to drop the kids at the mum's.
What, at school?
No, just at their Georgie's mum's, I'm like, couldn't you have done this before? Like, why have I got to be involved in this admin? So anyway, 9:45 I got to there.
Whatever time you want me to meet.
Yeah.
Plus how long it takes to drop your kids off.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do that from now on.
Drop them and then come back. So anyway.
Well, you get there and they're like, George, can you just run the kids down? We just got to make an eggs Benedict. You know what I mean?
Well, you joke, but it happens a lot. George, get here for 10 and we'll drive to the gig. And I get there and they're like, and then I just end up playing with the kids, playing Hot Wheels. I'm like, what? Are we going or what? But anyway, they're very sweet though. But from 9:45 getting to the, I left mine at 9. And we get to Cornwall for about 4.
That's a day.
A long old,
do you know what I mean?
That's a day.
That's a working day with a big lunch.
Day.
Do you know what I mean? It's
exactly. But we get there early. We're not on till 8, but it's good to be early. And we're just kind of scoping it out. We have a dep guitarist on that gig. He was very good. A guy called Jimmy. And yeah, it was just fun. But the gig was the best gig we've done, without a doubt. Because I've been using Click for the previous gigs, and then this time Chris was like, let's just not use Click. I think we're all good with the timings and stuff, and let's kind of just keep it a bit more free. And it did make it better, and the guitarist Jimmy was like well up for it, and he was dancing around the stage, not dancing, but just really getting involved with the crowd. So that made Georgie do more, and then that made Chris do more, and then suddenly it was like, oh, this is having one new member who's like, made it like really cool.
It's like a football team, isn't it? You know what I mean? You win the league, and then you kind of think, well, great, just do it again and win the league. But then the team buys new players. You go, well, you've just won the league.
Yeah.
Got to keep refreshing.
Got to keep refreshing, bro.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll tell you, because I had a gig. I'm going to jump in.
No, it's okay.
Allow me to.
Yeah, please.
Because I had a gig on Saturday down in Devon. So
same
quite
vibe.
far. Not as far as you, but that
No.
way. It was a 5-hour journey, including a pick-up and a stop. And we've just seen each other so much this summer. And that journey, I've talked about the way home, when obviously it's very late. I'm driving and everyone falls asleep. And I'm raw dogging it. I'm raw dogging the A31, On the way there, it was like that. On the way there, it was very quiet. People were falling asleep. And
Is everyone in the band
Everyone's in the van. Everyone's in the van. We've just got nothing to talk about. No, there's nothing. We're all. I
haven't done anything interesting. You can't talk about me.
This is the end of season.
Yeah.
We're all just okay. We'll go to fucking Devon. But anyway. Well, speaking of podcasts.
Hang on. What do you mean, speaking of? You changed the subject and then stopped my story. So the gig itself was great. And, but no, the crowd was brilliant. And it was one of those crowds where it was like, oh, this is big. And it kept getting bigger as we were playing. And just my drumming felt really good. And I think this year, for whatever reason, it was, I think just being in a flow of gigs, I finally get how to play drums. Like, I get how to make my sound good, you know? And I don't big myself up much, but like, I was very proud of that one and the gig the day after. I was like, fuck, I really know how to hit a snare and like have a solid backbeat. And I was like, I'm, you know, as proud of my backbeat as I've ever been. Do you know what I mean? So that's all, I realised that's all I really want to do. Just play like, you know, just solid, heavy beats and just, yeah.
Big beats are the best.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, just keep people in time. Just sit back in it. But yeah, the crowd was great, and then the drive home was long, but good. And then yeah, go on then. I know what you're gonna do with the segue on podcast.
Yeah.
I just had to talk about the gig,
actually,
yeah.
before that, I just had a funny thought. You're at school, little George Pickering at school.
Yep.
And like thinking about your options, career. We got a career advisor coming in. Come on in, little George. Come on in, boy. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Bald at 12. Good. Come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in. What do you want to do? What's your little George you want to do? Just play backbeats to about 5,000 people. What? Just solid backbeats, mate. I don't want great about gospel chop. I'll just do solid backbeats to.
Honestly, that's really all it is.
To 1,000 people, that'll do.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Just solid backbeats.
Yeah.
It's the
we'll
funnest
put care
thing.
home. We'll put care home.
Yeah. Everyone has a part-time job unless they're a trust fund kid.
Yeah.
But yeah. Go on then.
Right.
Segue.
Well, no. Actually, I've got another little question. Did the headliner turn up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
And this was Dolly Parton.
Yeah. It was, but it was a different Dolly Parton to the usual one, I think. So I think they'd actually roped in someone else because the guy. I probably shouldn't talk about this too much, but the guy who, you know, he wasn't there, and I was thinking, if he wasn't there, did he then go? Well, I can't be there to do my show. I may as well
Dolly, it's on.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
but
he calls off the lads who are gonna slash her tires.
Yeah.
No, don't slash him. No, I can't make this one. No, let her turn up and do the gig that we booked her for. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good.
But she had some.
Did you see any of the Dolly Parton?
Yeah, I did, and she had some technical issues while she was playing because she was just to a backing track, and things just
That's
kept
disappointing for a headliner.
Yep.
In it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been there a lot. It's happened a lot. The amount of times you play in a band and then the person on afterwards is a backing track vibe, and you're like, is that the way to do it? But the backing track kept cutting out or like stuttering, and she coped with it well. But I was thinking,
what was that vinyl?
May as well have been. But
someone's got it in a little Discman, and it's got 20-second shock absorber,
yeah.
and they got to just keep it steady.
Exactly. So go on then, what's your segue?
Well, the segue was obviously you played for the Lainey Wilson Experience, I believe it's called. And you sent me a little clip of being mentioned on the Theo Von podcast when he was interviewing the actual Lainey Wilson.
Yeah.
Again, and this is no insult, I've still got no idea who she is.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? Because that was the thing.
But to be fair, I went, actually, Georgie looks like her. Like, okay.
I know. Yeah.
It's not like some of those lookalikes. Well, some of those tributes where you're like, you're not.
No, I know what you mean, because it's funny, because the Lainey Wilson thing, no one I know has ever heard of her. But then, also, I'm amazed how many people I know don't know Theo Von, because I was really excited about it. It's basically you and my brother. That was it, you know? I was trying to tell other people, like Dean. I was like, hey, Dean, you heard of Theo Von? He's like, nope, never. I was like, oh, well, forget it then, you know? Yeah. And, but it was cool. And I've said she needs to milk it, you know? She's been endorsed by the actual broccoli won. You know, it was.
And I'm pretty sure there was just a tiny little. They went on her Facebook or her Instagram.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit. There's George.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know. I did think that.
So technically, you've been on 2 podcasts this week.
Well, yeah. Technically, also Theo Von has seen my face for a minute.
Yeah.
I was, you know, ego-wise hoping that they'd keep scrolling down her Instagram. There'd be like a video of the band, and Theo goes like, "Oh, hey, who's that drummer, man? He's something else, you know. I'd have to get him on here sometime." He talks exactly like that. So anyway, but yeah, but
he does a podcast.
Cool. Yeah, exactly.
Get the other one on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Team up.
Yeah. Let's go on Theo Von's podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was very cool. Yeah. Do you want to hear about my last gig? I'll just bash through it.
Let's do it. Bash through it. Bash through it like Johnny Be Good. Just bash through that one.
Yeah, exactly. Or Valerie.
Yeah,
the least favourite one. So I wasn't going to do a gig on the Saturday, and I was saying no to gigs because
go away, leave me alone.
Exactly.
Too many gigs. Georgie needs a little bit of downtime.
Exactly, because I thought, well, I got the triathlon on the Sunday. I can't do it. I can't be doing a function.
You had the easiest weekend.
I
got to go to Cornwall and back
Yeah.
in an 18-hour period. I'm moving house.
Yeah.
And I got a triathlon. It's so easy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought, well, I probably shouldn't do a gig. And then I get a message. I think I've gone through all this before. Can you do a gig? So let's just get to the gig. So the gig was just brilliant. I mean, 5-minute drive from my house. I had to be there for 6. The kit was supplied, so I only bought breakables. I just bought snare and cymbals. The kit was great. It was a Sona something, big old kick drum. But was that the first time you ever played a Sona? It might be. Yeah. I know they always had them at BIM, so I would have played them at BIM, but first time live, definitely. But we're actually on the stage at the Old Market, which was cool, because for listeners of the show that went to BIM, who remember that they used to do end-of-term gigs, and they do one at Coalition or maybe Concord 2, but then they do like a live and lyrical one at the Old Market. So I had played there once before when I was about 18 or 19. And I remember, it's funny, I don't know if you've ever had this. Sometimes you go back to a gig venue years later and go, oh, this seems smaller. Like in my memory of playing it at this BIM thing, I was like, this place is fucking massive. Yeah. This is terrifying. The Wedge felt like Wembley when I was a kid to play. Yeah, exactly. And now you look at it, you're like, you walk in and you go, oh, it's it's quite a small room, yeah. But so it was great. Must have only been about 20 people. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. I've been telling people who played a 500. Nah, I think it's about 15. Half of them are family. Yeah, exactly. Nah. But we set up the kit and it all sounded great, and it was essentially a metal band, you know. And I was a bit worried because the rehearsals. Because you're not a metal guy. I'm not a metal guy, but I can be a metal guy enough. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to play double kick to be metal. Nah. Look at Lars Ulrich. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he gives it a bloody good go. Play the drums. Yeah. No, he's done well. He's good. Yeah. He's getting old. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, the first set was, you know, Teenage Dirtbag, stuff like that. Go on, popping that out early. Smells like Teen Spirit. I know, it was the first song. Was it? Yeah. Yeah. Crikey. But then the second set was all metal, baby, and it was just the funnest gig. I've got a little video of me playing Master of Puppets, and it's just hilarious because you're at a wedding, you know. But we just bashed through the sets, and it was just 2 45-minute ones. So we were done by about 9:30, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm done now," you know. So I packed down, but then I just got a drink with the band and, like, you know, various guests that were there, and just hung out because I was like, well, it's still only 10 to 10, you know. I'm in no rush, baby. But yeah, just a great gig. Just a triathlon to do tomorrow. I know. This is it. I was like, I should probably go home and sleep. But so it swims off. So yeah, but part of it. But that was what was funny. The message came through just as we were about to start the set, and it was like, George, we have made a decision on the swim, and then it's like, right, we ready to go? I was like, oh fuck. So for 45 minutes. You're at the bar. Can we get you a drink? I think I might just have a soft drink. Hang on a minute.
Swims off pint, please.
Yeah, and some shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but that was another gig where I was just like, God, this is fun. Just doing those backbeats, baby. That's all it's about, you know. So yeah, so a great weekend. And then yes, as you said, I got my keys to my new flat as well, which is awesome. I was in there yesterday just sizing things up.
Because as we, in our pre-record discussion,
yeah,
there's an IKEA in Brighton now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go
bloody
today.
time.
I'm going to go after work, and I definitely need curtains. And if I can get a bed frame today, then great. If I can't, then fine. But I've got 2 places for 20 days in Brighton.
2 House George, isn't it?
2 House George.
2 House Pickers.
Nearly a month of renting 2 places in Brighton, which is financially the stupidest decision anyone can make.
Financially crippling, but what a brag.
Yeah.
I had a period where I was, when I left London to move back to Portsmouth, a room was available living with my mates in Southsea, but it was a bit early. It was a bit early, but the rent was really good, and the guys we'd rather you move in than a random. We'll just help cover a bit of the rent for you. So I kept the room. So over like a 2-3 month period, I had my flat in London and I had a place in Portsmouth. Felt like a king. Felt like a king. I got a place for the weekend. Just pop down on the train, stay at my place in Southsea. Yeah.
Is that well? It's funny because I'm sort of slowly moving stuff. So yesterday I did a little bit of a Tesco run just to get like toilet stuff. You know what I mean? Like shower gel and toothpaste and soap and.
I think for all the years of renting and moving and all that, the setup. I love the setup. I love the setup, the establishing, and you go. Do you know what? I'm going to get a new bathroom bin.
Yeah, exactly.
New toilet brush, matching, you know.
Yeah.
Stock up on my bleach, my cleaners, my glass cleaners, you know, all that. Get some new cloths, get some new sponges. Yeah.
That's what I was doing. And it was great. I'm slowly getting out of the kitchen, you know. Yesterday I got the draining board in and washing up bowl. Where do you stand on a washing up bowl? Do you have one? Do you use one?
No. Growing up, we had a washing up bowl, and I hated it.
Oh, really?
So I'm not a washing up bowl guy. No, the sink was made to sink, baby.
Yeah. See, I've been on and off, but I think I am a washing up bowl guy, you know. But I was talking to a friend I went shopping with last night.
Why?
Because it's all contained. Do you know what I mean? It's like you do all your washing up in that you can kind of, because I think if you're in the sink, well, when you're using the sink, do you put a plug in or something, or do you just kind of have hot water just continually gushing?
I mean, this is a whole episode in itself, really. But I'm a strong believer in the rinse. I'm a strong believer in the rinse. I have a technique fucking down.
So am I. I can't stand when you see people just soapy sud something up and then put it to drain. If that's what you refer to.
No, I'm sort of pre-rinse. I'm pre-rinse. You know, you got stuff filled with shit, and then you do the sink full of water, and you put the first thing in, and it just goes dirty.
Yeah.
So I'm all about just get pre-rinse, baby. Pre-rinse. Get the hot tap running. I'll put a dirty plate in there, get that soaking, and the cutlery, so it fills a little layer, and then the cutlery can sort of soak, and then I'm just sort of sorting out. You know, because as well, don't forget, you know, I have my breakfast and then you know, depending on the cereal, obviously, but then I'll fill the bowl with water so it doesn't dry out. So it makes the washing up easier. But it's sort of rinse, organise, clean in a particular order, and then leave
we don't need to do it. We don't need to do it.
No, we don't need to do it. But I also I don't care if the soapy sud's dripping off when I put it to dry. No, I don't care. It's one of the things you go, oh, don't forget to do that. And you go, what? Well, I've done it for 20 years and I'm fine. Well, so it's obviously not a problem.
No, it's obviously not a problem. But it's just
I might bleed out my arsehole, my back's fucked, but I don't think that's related to a little bit of fairy liquid. Yeah?
Yeah, it's true. I just don't like, I think it's laziness. I think that's the thing. I think when people just wash with the soap and then just put it on the draining board and like give it a 1 second rinse and then it's completely clean. Do you know what I mean? But let's not argue over that.
Anyway, let's not ruin moving in day.
No.
It's lovely buying new stuff for you.
It is lovely buying new stuff. And so I'm sort of slowly just getting little bits in every day. I think that's the general plan. But I need to hone down what is going to be my last day, you know, here and that. Because at the moment, it's so vague. I'm like, well, it could be today if I want. Could be next week. It could be the 20th. Could just drag it out. But yeah, sometime, maybe before I go to Cornwall. I'm going to Cornwall in a few weeks for a few days. I'm gonna because there's like a decade gig which is close to Cornwall, and I've got a gig in Cornwall 2 days before. So I'm like, I don't really want to go and come back and go, So should I just stay?
Yeah. Should I stay or should I go? I think that's what the song was written about. Really.
Me going to Cornwall. That is exactly it.
Yeah, I got a gig. Yeah, it's tricky though. Yeah. No, I get it.
Get a cheap Airbnb. Does it make more sense? Anyway, I think that's all I got, boy. I think that's all I got.
Okay. I had I had a gig in Devon on Saturday. It was fine, and then I had a freshman year gig on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess what happened?
Is it the same thing that always happens?
Yeah.
No one
10
dances?
freaks dancing.
Yeah.
10 freaks dancing. That's it.
Well, that's funny.
And I took a video. I've taken a video, which I didn't send you, and it is literally just 10 people.
Yeah. Well, do you know what was funny about this gig? Because it was so niche the way we were playing. It was sort of like freshman year, but even more metal, And we were saying, the band were going, God, wouldn't it be good? Like, what if there's a market for this? Like, doing this sort of band, And I said, well, here's the thing. I've got a friend who does this sort of thing, almost to a lesser version. There's no Metallica knocking about in freshman year, I don't think. But I don't mean lesser in a bad way. I just mean less heavy. But it's still heavy. And I said, if it's great, it's amazing. But if it's not, and the guy did say, it was like, yeah, I think we were lucky with the crowd because a lot of people were metalheads. So it was like people singing along to Metallica. But it's like, you couldn't just do that, every week and expect it to be the same, everyone here knows Enter Sandman. Brilliant, It's like, nope, not a chance. And a lot of people did leave when we started the metal set, But I was like, this is fun, though. This is fun. And the bride and groom were loving it. So,
it's fun,
it is fun. So
it is fun. Because we still have a good time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's still overall, it's just really fun playing those songs.
Yeah,
it's good, and obviously depending on all the other factors, gives you the variances. But it was just classic. It was a Sunday. Loads of people left early. Bride and groom and 8 of their friends loved it. But you're in this huge room, and then you can't help feel like it doesn't get me down or anything. But you can't help feel like, first set there's 20 people. And then Sunday, people leave. The venue, there was a venue guy, right? He was an absolute prick. Absolute fucking cunt. And when you have to bite your tongue.
Yeah.
You just have to bite your tongue because it is not worth it because the discussion will never go anywhere, won't go how you want it or where you want it because you're just dealing with an idiot. And like we were in the ceremony room, like between sets, we had like quite big breaks. And he came and he's like, oh, I wondered who was in here because I turned the lights off. Yeah. Literally said, this is where the band can relax between sets.
Yeah.
Right. And he came and he's like, guys, it's just too loud. It's just too loud, yeah. And then he gave like 4 or 5 reasons why it's too loud. Yeah. Oh, it's unsafe for the staff in the bar. There's old people sat in the bar.
Yeah.
And the night we've had 19 weddings here, the neighbours are complaining.
Yeah.
And you want to go, your fucking room is shit, mate.
Yeah.
I'm just playing drums.
Yeah.
And then he also as well, one thing really irked me. He said like, I know the bride and groom were loving it, right? They really liked it. And he's like, I know the groom and his girlfriend and fiance. And I went, you mean his wife? And it's that thing you want to go, sorry, mate, the bride and groom are loving it. They're enjoying it. They are alternative and they wanted this sort of band, right? This sort of band is loud. The old people don't like it because it's fucking Sum 41. If we were playing Uptown Funk at the same volume, everyone would be happy. You wouldn't be moaning. Just because we've got some distortion guitars. Yeah. Also, the bride and groom have paid you, and I know this from experience, about $7,000 to book this place. Why don't you shut the fuck up and put some fucking acoustic treatment? And I went, do you want to just shut the doors? Yeah, oh, no, can't shut the door. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. And you just went, fuck it, what? And I just want to go, sorry, mate, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't. And then he was going like, oh, like, if you ever come, I'm sure you'll be back here, but we'll let it, you can keep it as it is for tonight, but next time you come back. And then he said, we could have a sound limit. And I said, well, if you hadn't have a sound limit, I'd have brought a different kit.
Yeah.
But you say you got no sound restrictions, so it's just like, oh my God, you're an absolute bellend.
Yeah.
Just fucking leave me alone. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck stop us playing if you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can chat to the bride and groom.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I think that's it. Making it like it's your thing. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, sorry, I've been paid to do a job and I'm doing the job. So sort yourselves out, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute cunt. Anyway.
Also,
just to finish up, because I know you've got to go to work soon,
Mm-hmm.
in your lovely shirt. Is it paisley? You got paisley?
No, it's just sort of flowers and that.
Just sort of flowers and that, Brighton. You know, they say AI is going to take over the world and that, and we've all seen Terminator and Terminator 2. That's fine. I'm happy. I'm fine with it. But I don't know if you've seen, so Google's their AI, right? And I played about with it a little bit. They got this new thing called Nano Banana, which is like photo editing with AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you could use it to a much more powerful extent, right? But me and my partner on Friday night, we just spent 3 hours just sat on our phones playing with images. So, King Billy.
That's great.
So you just upload a photo of a cat and you go, make my cat look like a king.
Love it.
And do that, right? This was a good one. So I took a picture of me outside the blacksmith's when I left, and I said, make it look like this is burning down.
That's great.
It's good, isn't it? And I think one of my favourites, me and Billy as Batman and Robin.
Fantastic.
So,
that's great.
And if that's where we're at with it, great.
Yeah.
Happy.
I'm not
Happy
worried.
with
If
that.
you listen to the Adam Buxton podcast, he's terrified of AI and Donald Trump. And I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Adam Buxton. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop worrying about it, Adam Buxton. Right, cool. Well, let's wrap it up there.
Let's wrap it up. Like a Christmas present, let's wrap it up. Pop it under the tree. We'll see you on the 25th of December. No, we'll be back next week, of course.
We will have guests at some point. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just finishing up the decorating. Little piggy. Just got a little bit more gloss to do. And I can start moving. I got to touch up the bit of the walls. I just got to get it right. Got to get it, you know. And then I can start moving my stuff in. But I've been delayed a little bit. Mum's had her shoulder replaced, isn't it? She had her shoulder replaced the other day. So popping in the hospital, look after her. She's back home now. But I've got to keep her on the straight and narrow because, you know, it's hard. It's hard when you got one arm and you're on drugs and you're old.
Yeah.
Bless her. We'll get her through it.
Yep.
She'll be drinking Prosecco in no time.
Big time.
Sweet. Thank you for listening. As always, Drum and Drummer Podcast on Instagram, drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Thanks, George. Enjoy your day at work. Hope the rest of the move go away. I'm jealous of your trip to IKEA. I think I might have to go.
Yeah.
I might have to go.
Yeah.
Southampton, obviously, it's closer.
Yeah,
so.
obviously. Yeah. Yeah.
See you next time. Bye. IKEA.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.